I have a sweet tooth. So let's make some jumble cookies. All right, let's make some sweet snacks. We'll make some jumble cookies. You're just going to find whatever you have in your cabinets to throw in the cookies. Nuts, dried fruit, chocolate chips, anything. And we'll throw them in there and make us up some cookies. Let's see what I got in the cabinet. So this is what I found in my cabinet. This is what we're going to use as the jumble part of our ingredients. First thing we're going to do is take these 4 ingredients and mix them together first. It's 1 stick of salted sweet cream butter, which is a 1/2 cup. A 1/4 cup of brown sugar, well packed in there in a little heaping. And a 1/2 cup of white granulated sugar, and 1 large egg. The first 2 ingredients I'm going to mix first is your granulated sugar and your brown sugar. And thank goodness these are silicone. Aren't they so awesome? I just love these things. And I'm doing it so that it's easier, because see how it's all clumped. So I am doing it this way. I'll be right back. I always beat my egg up before I add it to a mix. I just like to make sure the egg and the yolk and the white is mixed well together before I add it to anything. And this is my little trick. Oh, it didn't work too well. I didn't have a hold of the egg. But normally, well, it still works. Your yolk will still be intact. That one's for you, Chris. And I'll do it quite a lot in a lot of the videos to remind Chris. You can cook your own over medium egg without breaking the yolk. That's how you do it. All right. I am going to get my fork. Just mix it up as good as possible. Now the butter is softened. See, nice and soft. I've got the brown sugar and the white sugar already mixed well together. Got the egg beat, and now I'm going to mix all this together. And I have to do it all by hand because my mixer died on me the last time I was using it. So I can only, I have to use both hands for this. So I'm going to have to pause you for another second. All right, now I have all this mixed up, and we're going to get the dry ingredients together to add to this. All right, I have our dry ingredients together. We got 1 and, shoot. 1 1/4 cup. I couldn't read it. 1 1/4 cup of flour and a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. And we're going to take that and mix it into our bowl. As you can see, our trail mix has large nuts in them. And I don't want to put them in whole like that. So I'm going to sit and pick them all out and put them in my nut crusher. Yeah, this is an antique. Yep. You just put this on here, add the lid, and then you just push. And it chops them up for you. All right, I almost forgot. Take all your jumble ingredients and put it in there, and then start adding the dry mixture, the flour and the baking soda, just to make it all easier on you. I didn't chop the nuts up real fine because I still want to have a little bit left in there that I can crunch on myself. I used 2 packets of the craisins, which are just little packets you put in your kids' lunch boxes. And I used 2/3 of the normal sized chocolate chips. You can add as much as you want, and whatever you want. I just thought these would taste good together, although I wish I would have had white chocolate. I think that would have been better, but this will work out just fine. I'm going to get this all mixed up, and I will be back. All right, I have it mixed up pretty well. I'm going to put it in a deep freeze for a few minutes to get it stiff and easier to work with. And then we'll go back and check it out. All right, it was all nice and chilled, and I thought I better move fast. This is something I've never done before. I went ahead and put it on a piece of wax paper and made it into a log form. And now I'm going to wrap it up in the wax paper, put it back in the deep freeze for a few minutes. Hopefully it hardens, and then maybe I can cut it with a knife, just like the stuff you buy in the store. We'll check it out. Be back in a few minutes. Well, it worked well. I got it cut up and on a pan. The oven is set at 350 degrees, and we're going to go and bake them. Now, I could have just cut up like part of what I wanted to eat, but I figured I'll share. And you could have froze the rest of it. It should be good in the freezer for, I'd say, about a month. Then you just pull it out and cut off what you wanted whenever. Be right back. All right, I pulled the first batch out, and my recipe, I have it written down 13 to 15 minutes, but I get busy and sidetracked and I lose track of time, and so I just walk by every so often and look in the oven. And when they get that nice toasty golden brown on the edges like that, I pull them out. Now they still don't look done on the top, but I'm going to let them rest. And I'll see how chewy they are, because I like them to stay chewy. And I'll try this, and if it's not good enough, I'll move the rack up one step, and then let them cook to that color again. And then they should be perfect, but these might be perfect. So we'll see. Oh, also, to keep your cookies fresh, when you put them in a sealed container, like a Rubbermaid container or whatever, throw in a piece of bread. The bread will get all stale and dry, but the cookies will stay moist. I don't know what the secret is. All right, I got them out, cooling on the rack. There's a second batch. I told you I get sidetracked and I forget about them. Thank goodness I moved the rack up one step. So they didn't get too done, but they're done. So these are the ones that I wanted to stay chewy. Let's see how that worked out. Well, still looks chewy in there. It's got a crunch. They're crispy, but they're good. These ones, they're going to be extra crispy, but they're still good just the way they are. Yeah, I think so. Alright, there's our jumbo cookies. And they're really good. Later.